Hey there. Get a new mic. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. This is day 11, and I need to update my stream info. More fun with trees. Done. Perfect. So, I think first up, I'll review what we did yesterday, and that is breadth first iterative, and then depth first traversal, in order, pre-order, and post-order. And I think we'll do breadth first. My general workflow has been to comment out the previous day's code and rewrite it effectively. I've already got tests set up that should pass, no big deal. And then look for fun little things that I could do to alter the code from yesterday. So I need a queue, and just using an array for that. And making sure that I'm popping or pushing and shifting to in-queue and D-queue respectively. Pulse root. And then I'm using an array to add the answer to. That way I can test it. And so here I want to check if temp is not nil. And that'll be the condition to break out of the loop. Yeah, I think this is so cool. So I push the temp value to the answer array. And then I push the left and right to the queue. So right. And then I reset what temp is. I had a bunch of errors yesterday because I left root right here instead of resetting, or I was pushing from the root, so I kept pushing the same two things over and over again. Pushing from temp makes a lot more sense. Okay, ooh, let's clear that and run the tests. Haha, yeah, that makes sense. I actually need to return the answer. Nice, and everything worked. Perfect. bet I could do that. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and comment this out, and I'm just gonna make a helper method. That way it's a bit shorter. I've got a cat under me. So then I don't know if I need to reset the array. So in order of root dot left and pass in array. Right. So I can just pass in an empty array for the... No, I don't even need to because it's right there. So that's no big deal. So array.push root.value. And then I want to do in order for the right side. And I wonder if I can just return array so that I call in order root and empty array. Oh, right. I do have to check unless root dot left dot nil. And this will be root dot right dot nil. Wow, totally works. That's awesome. Dang, that's cool. Okay, next up is pre-order. And I do think this is cool. So for the difference between in order, pre-order, and post-order, code-wise anyway, is where you do the operations on the value. So in order is in between left and right. And then pre-order, you do the operation on root.value, or the value of the node rather, before you recurse over left and right. And then post-order is the opposite of that. You recurse left and right, and then do the operation on the value. Root dot value, and then I want to do depth first, pre-order, recursive, root dot left, array, and only do it. Here, I'll do it the other way. If not root dot left dot nil. And I want to do the same thing for root dot right. about to return the array. Let's run the tests, make sure it works. Nice, works. And then, hey, it's Stranger in the Night. What's going on? Check it out. I got a mic. Hopefully I sound better and less clippy. Nice. Nice. Glad to hear it. Yeah, yesterday I was super laggy. The camera was being weird. Well, how's it going? This is the first time I've caught you this early in the day. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I am working on some binary tree traversals. Doing a quick review of what I did yesterday, and then I'm going to move into Oh, you never asked what this project actually is? Yeah, I can explain. So I've been practicing data structures and algorithms with a buddy of mine for a couple of months, and then just random Google search, I found this 100 Days of Code guide on Geeks for Geeks, and looked up 100 Days of Code. Apparently it's a big thing, and it sounded fun. So I started going through this and I've been picking and choosing what I wanted to learn, but I've been basically using this as my guide. Heard about it? Nice, nice. And yeah, I've just been picking through the data structures and algorithm stuff. They recommended day 1 through 10 or day 1 through 7 for experienced, like picking out a language. But I knew I wanted to do Ruby, so I just skip down to the data structures and algorithms portion. And I thought it'd be fun to try and stream it as I was doing it, so here we are. Right. So you can do it with any language you choose? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I started following a bunch of people on Twitter that are doing it, and they're doing it in like Python, C, C++. Yeah, and I think the 100 Days of moniker has carried over to other things like 100 Days of Data Science, or even like, I think I saw 100 Days of Walking. Oh, I actually need to return stuff. And I actually need to push to the array. Yes, everything passed from yesterday. I remembered stuff. So that's good. Okay, I think all this extra code can go. Oh, one non-code thing I learned yesterday was about video encoding. Turns out my laptop doesn't like encoding at 1080p. I've heard about algorithms, but don't know much about coding with them. Yeah, simple algorithms are just things to like, oh gosh, like choose left or right, or even like a search algorithms. I guess those are more complex, but it can be as simple or as complicated as you think. And kind of like data structures and algorithms study, at least the way I categorize it, is uh, learning data structures and algorithms that already exist to help solve different algorithms problems. It's like watching the user and giving suggestions. Yeah, I guess kind of. I mean, there's definitely algorithms in that. Yeah. So that's definitely an algorithm that handles that, and that would be a much more complex one. But writing an algorithm to find all of the words that are specifically THE. Yeah, those are all algorithms. But it can be as simple as like, find all the words that are the in this paragraph. Breadth first and depth first. Traversals. Only if you have a smart toaster. Yeah, that's funny. Don't even have a toaster. Oh, perfect. It was well timed and well placed. I have a smart TV and know it's always listening. Well, yeah, how are they going to make the suggestions of what to watch next? I think I'll just... So my next tree traversal to use is doing depth first search without recursion. And I've never done it before. Is it a certified secret agent? Does it have a badge and everything? Well, I'm sure it hasn't shown you. It's got to stay undercover and all. That's good. That's good. Always be suspicious. Oh, I was reading. No, it's good. It's good. You're not a bad distraction at all. So push the current node to the stack and set current equal to current dot left. Oh, until current is null. Okay. So I'll just make it temp equals root. And then stack dot push root. Okay. And then temp equals root dot left. Oh, this is without recursion. Okay, so while temp nil, temp is not nil, do these things. I've been watching documentaries about computers and hacking, and one called We Are the People, so I start analyzing the world around me and making jokes. Yeah, that's a perfect thing to do. We Are the People. I don't think I've heard of that one. We are the people. I have not. Yeah, I see that. It's about hackers. It looks interesting. Okay, cool. We are the people movie. It's about global computer stuff too. Oh, and living in a global village. Does that mean like a world city? I think I want to print stack here. Students and visionaries return to the infamous site of the abandoned Milan Expo in Italy for use as a global village. Oh, huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check those out. They sound interesting. Oh, I don't want to push. I want to run those tests. go. Oh, I've got an infinite loop. That's not good. Ah. I will do this every time. I need to actually use temp instead of root. Okay, cool. So I've got node. Oh gosh, it's hard to read. Each y dot value. Did not print out. Oh, 1, 2, 4. Yep, I think that's right. The We Are the People one is more about people coming together and the movements to reduce hate and not to be tribal, but it's interesting too. Some tech stuff, but not as much as the other two. All right. Oh, it just dawned on me that Living in a Global Village is another movie. Thought you were talking about one of the other ones. Living in a Global Village. Yeah, there it is. Found it. Cool. You watch them on Tubi? Nice. Okay. Oh, for free? Nice. Oh, give me a moment. I'll be right back. And I'm back. My daughter was calling out. I had to go check and see. After that, I watched some stuff on Illuminati and brainwashing. Yeah. Oh man, that stuff sends me into a spiral. Not sure if it's a downward spiral, a good spiral, or what kind of spiral it is, but it definitely sends me into a spiral. The current is null and the stack is not empty. Used to be a conspiracy theorist and then stopped. Now I have no clue what's up. On the conspiracy theorist front or just in general? Hey, the toaster joke was a great one. I loved it. Can become too much. Right, just like the Capitol building. I have no idea who's up to what. Yeah. It's fair. Answer. What's that? Oh, I'm using terrible variable names. Pops dot. Oh, value. And then temp equals popped. And now, I don't want to do this. I'll still do the stack. But I want to print out the answer as well. If current is null and stack is empty, then we are done. Break. Nil and stack dot length is 0. Okay. Hopefully this will work and not be an infinite loop. Yeah, it's an infinite loop. Okay. Create an empty stack. Initialize current node temp as root. Okay. Push the current node to the stack. And set current to, or temp to left. I figure my time is best spent learning code so I can either help a non-profit or the elitists in the future. Yeah. I used to work for a consultancy that did a bunch of work for nonprofits, and it was a lot of fun. And learning new code's always good. I enjoy it. This is pop dot right. Temp equals pop dot right. Not popped. Whoa, it works. 42513, I think, is 42513 is in order traversal. I've always been into knowing how stuff works and the concept that most people know how to turn on a radio but don't really know how it works. Yeah, same. I was just visiting my folks, and we were talking, and I have a daughter, and we were talking about kids and whatnot, and even as a young child, I was taking apart things, taking apart my remote control cars and putting them back together. I had a corner in the garage with lots of lawnmowers and small engines that were taken apart. So yeah, I totally get that. I used to hide a lot of the things you took apart. So, like, very specific pieces of things you took apart? Like the important pieces? Oh, wasn't the best at putting them back together? Nice. G.I. Joe's arms and legs, old antennas. That's fun. Wanted to see the insides? Yeah. Makes sense. I've definitely put my fair share of pieces and parts, like, down the vents. I bet I could make this the condition. When I grew up, then I realized things don't come pre-assembled. Yeah. One of the sad truths of adulthood. Kind of simple most things, but who designs these instructions still? My favorite are the ones that are just pictures. They don't have any words or anything like that. It's like encrypted instructions. You have to break the code. Yeah, you know, they expect everyone to understand cryptography. Code breaking. Oh gosh, one of the newsletters I got. It makes sense by the time you finish. It was a quote by Kierkegaard. I don't actually know the philosopher guy, but I've seen the quote before. It was like, life can only be understood in reverse, but lived forward in time. I forget what it is. Let me see if I have the email still. Ah, there it is. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards, by Søren Kierkegaard. So when people say vanilla JavaScript, does that mean plain JS or is there a vanilla JS? Usually vanilla JavaScript means JavaScript that runs in the browser. So not jQuery, not React, not Vue, not Angular. Is there a plain JS or vanilla JS like library? Yeah, probably. But generally when people say vanilla JavaScript, they're not talking about those things. All right, let's see how they implemented this. I got it to work, but I don't like how the code looks. You hear the term used a bunch? Yeah, it gets tossed around a lot. With the rise of all the JavaScript frameworks a few years ago, a bunch of people started making videos and stuff on, or tutorials on doing stuff in vanilla JavaScript, which is kind of nice to see the comparison between like React and vanilla JavaScript. Oh, they did 2 loops? Interesting. Or nested loops. While not done. Okay, so this is cool. I wonder if I can get it after looking at their implementations and whatnot. I think mine's okay. I've learned enough now to feel like I haven't learned a thing now. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. uh, yeah. Oh man, there were so many times for me learning how to program that as I learned more, I learned how much I didn't know. The horizon just kept getting wider and wider and wider and wider. Okay, so I think that I can change and dot push temp dot value. I went from thinking I knew some code to I'm a typer on a computer. 1, 2, 4, 5, 3. Okay, so that's pre-order. And then where would post-order be? Do you know HTML, CSS, and JS well? Well enough. I use React mostly when I'm dealing with browser stuff. And I definitely lean hard into the React ecosystem. If I had to right now whip up a page in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I'd probably struggle pretty hard. Mm. So post order should be 45231. also going to get a nil here. Yep. This is gonna, yep, okay. So not here. Have you heard of the YouTube channel Code Stacker? I have not. Code Stacker. Oh wow, looks cool. Web development tutorials. Oh, he's even got Dino thrown in there. That's fun. He did a 2021 web development studio that shows front end, back end, and starting stuff. Nice. Nice. Yeah, just at a quick glance, it looks like it's pretty good to go. Oh, nice. So it gives you kind of like a pathway to learn on. Yeah, that's awesome. Huh. Code Stacker. Yeah, it looks cool. Seems like the guy knows his stuff too. Just looking through some of his videos and whatnot. Has a PDF you can download. Nice. Yeah, that's super helpful. We were talking about organization a few days ago. So having a PDF that you can download that links to the videos is huge for organization. Oh, nice. Ran into it when you were trying to do bookmarks. Kind of solved your problem for you. If you're looking to learn web development, that is. Traversing Media also put one out that has a bunch of details in it too. Yeah, I think I follow Traversing Media on Twitter. They're always tossing out some good content. Web Dev in 2021. That's what it's called also. Okay. Sweet. You're giving me all kinds of stuff to check out. A lot of people have a hard time telling someone a language to get into. Yeah. You kind of have to think about what you want to do with code and then pick the language from there. If you have no earthly idea, I say JavaScript is a good choice. Because if you're going to do anything touching the internet at any time ever, you're going to need JavaScript. Oh, nice. That's awesome. They lay it on the table and say pick and choose. Look at jobs and companies and go learn it. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. When I was starting out, I don't have a CS degree or anything. I figured out that web development was probably the easiest job to get into for coding. So I started learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ended up doing WordPress and got hired pretty early and learned a bunch on the job. And then for my following jobs, I did exactly that. Looked at the companies I wanted to work at, their job descriptions, and figured out their tech stack and started learning their tech stacks. You like having a big picture of what you're getting into? Yeah, it helps. It helps. That way, when you're in the minutia of, I can't figure out why this CSS selector isn't selecting the thing that I want it to, you can take a broader step back and see, like, oh, this is why I need to figure this out. So I can make larger websites to where this is a thing. Just as an example. Yeah. So many hours could be wasted. Yeah, that's true. Nice. Saved a month with those videos. So are you still in data collection land? Have you started coding yet? Play with it, but I've taken the last few days off to collect myself. Nice. That's good. Those are important. You want to master HTML, CSS, and JS? Yeah, those are great things to master. then move on to a programming language. Cool. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about putting JavaScript in that triplet is you can use JavaScript for tons and tons and tons of stuff, especially web application wise. HTML and CSS give you the HTML is a markup language, and it's good to know. Like, the internet uses it regardless. CSS styling, and then JavaScript has gotten huge from what it started as. Post order tree traversal iterative. Eventually you want to learn full stack? Yeah, that's good. It's great to start out on the front end. And then transition into it, because all that front end knowledge helps out on the back end. Don't ban you for distracting you too much? No, I'm not gonna ban you. As long as things stay clean and all good, we're fine. You get down and Cody. That's good. You nearly broke me there with that statement. Okay, so this is pushing. Oh, this changes when you push stuff onto the stack. Pop an item from the stack and set it as root. The popped item has a right child, and the right child is at the top of the stack. Then remove the right child from the stack. Well, that's confusing. All right, let's do this. And just to give you a heads up, get down. Yeah, luckily I'm a coder. It's perfect, right? Just to give you a heads up what I'm doing, there's some different orders of depth first search, and I figured out in order and pre-order just based off of these instructions, but I couldn't figure out post order. So now I'm going to try and implement that based off a different set of instructions. If I was in someone else's chat talking this much code, they would be like, "Get out of here." Oh, well, I guess lucky you're not in someone else's chat. They'd be like, "Dude, I'm playing Fall Guys." That's funny. It's a game that I'm so glad I didn't buy into the hype. It looks like a lot of fun. I really enjoy watching it, but I never bought it when it was super popular, or at least when I was hearing about it. Never going to try it, just out of spite and principle. Hopefully not literally. It's always unsettling to watch someone physically beat themselves up. Yeah, I don't know. The hype that it got, I'm not real sure on that either. I guess it's just because it was like a physics simulator, right? All the little dudes like flopping around was funny. Do the following while root is not null. Stack dot push. Temp dot right. Probably want to check if temp dot right isn't nil. And then stack dot push temp. Right? Is that what it's saying? Yeah. And then temp equals temp dot left. Okay. Do want to set it through O, and I probably want to do next here. Then temp equals stack dot pop. So PHP and MySQL are backend server stuff. I still don't grasp how much they are used. MySQL, yes, it is a backend server thing, if you will. It's a database. You can think of it as like spreadsheets of data, but a lot more advanced than that. But things are set up in like tables and rows, and they're just a data storage thing. There's SQL, which is server query language, I think, used to query that language. C++ style? I'm not sure what you mean. But PHP is backend stuff. Oh, databases. Yeah. C++ style. Yes. I'm pretty sure MySQL is written in C, C++. C++, I know you can do macros, buttons. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, like the cash registers you see on screens. Yeah. I think that's interacting with like operating system APIs though, right? I guess it has to be to like read the keyboard. So yeah, that makes sense, but it's probably built into a package. You know, you can do like stores that do inventory. Yep. PHP is an interesting language. So PHP is a server-side language, but you can weave HTML and PHP, or weave HTML into PHP and weave PHP into HTML. And I believe PHP is what Facebook was originally built in before they swapped over to React. Yeah, it has to still have some PHP code there, is my guess. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of languages that do that. The most that I've used PHP is with WordPress, but that's definitely WordPress flavored PHP. I've got a buddy at work that uses PHP all the time and loves it. If you yeah, they definitely like to hang out together. WordPress and PHP, they're buds. Though WordPress is getting a little bit better. They've started using a lot of React on the front end, I believe. I know their admin panel has a good bit of React in it. Yeah, then you add frameworks and your brain goes boom. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My suggestion is when you get into JavaScript land, find the frameworks that are the most popular and use those. Because you could basically make up any word and add .js at the end of it, and it exists as a JavaScript framework. and set the root as root's right child. Okay, did that. Why do you do that? Else answer dot push temp dot value and temp equals nil. That doesn't make sense, but I'll do it. While the stack is not empty. I want to return the answer. Did what they said. It seems crazy. All right, so let's run some tests and see if it broke. Okay. And let's print this answer. Four, 5, 2, 3, 1. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Did I mess the test up? 4, 5, 2, 3, 1. Oh, my iterative test is wrong. Nice. And let's start and call this in order. While loop. You got to be careful when you do things like while true. You have to remember to break it on a condition. It's still broke. Oh, it's because I'm not actually calling it now. Depth first iterative in order. Yeah, tests are passing. So excited. Victory. Okay, I don't need to print that. Don't need to print this. To the side. Yeah. Okay, so so my face does get in the way a little bit. So what I'm trying to do now is compare this depth first iterative in order to the post order algorithm I just wrote out, and see if they are close enough. I guess not. Because you have to push that right one. And there's some checks about the right one. So I guess they do need to be different. If else within a while loop? Yep. That's what I'm doing. It gets really fun when you get a while loop in a while loop. Sorry, an if else in a while loop in a while loop. Yeah, generally you don't want to get too deeply nested without breaking things out into different methods or functions. But for this, like figuring out these algorithms things, it's not that big a deal. This isn't running in any production environment or anything. It's just operating on my little binary tree of five nodes. Can read code now, but I can't write it. Great steps in learning. It shows you're learning things. That's great. Soon you'll be able to write it. Professional coder person, stranger in the night. Yeah. Oh, still lots to learn. That's how I feel. There's always tons to learn. Watch a bunch of videos on coding. Yeah, it helps. Lots I understand and some still gets me. Yeah, I think that's basically always true for coding. It's when they start talking different frameworks and everything else. The connections. Yeah. Oh yeah, it gets mind-blowing. And some frameworks, this is what drives me nuts. Some frameworks are true to the language. And so like React or with JavaScript and Rails with Ruby, they're like written in the same conventions that the language is. But other frameworks are not. And you like start using the framework and it's a totally different language than the one you're using, which is frustrating. Some real brainy people out there. Yeah, agreed. Oh, just for fun, you should look up. Oh, there is some like troll or meme programming languages. Gosh, what I think one's called Rockstar. Let me see if I can find it. Rockstar programming language. Yep. Yeah. So there's a category of programming languages that are like this. That are just for fun. Someone wrote a compiler, and this one specifically is a programming language to where all the syntax is 1980s like classic rock music lyrics, if you will. And there's some that just use, oh man, some that use no letters. I found some that just use the word moo. That one was a fun one. And I've never written anything in these. Seen this on a YouTube video earlier. I was talking about creating it. Yeah, they're all jokes. They do actually do stuff, but they're terrible to have to like read and memorize the syntax and whatnot. Check it out. Sweet. Basically, all I know is a compiler turns languages into computer language. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how I understand them. Ooh, but that's where it gets even more fun. There are transpilers and interpreters and compilers that all do very similar things. And just seeing that on the GitHub transpiler. Yeah, I'm not sure what the GitHub transpiler is, but from what I understand, a transpiler is just taking one language and transpiling it, transforming it into another one. The one that I know of is from TypeScript to JavaScript. Rockstar to JavaScript transpiler. Yep. Oh, yep, there it is. Nice. I see it. An interpreter is the other word I used. I know Ruby uses an interpreter. However, I don't have a good mental model for what an interpreter is. Don't get it though. Yeah, same. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very punny. Very punny. I think that's all good. That's like JavaScript interpreter, right? I don't know what you mean. PyCharm? Cool. All wrapped up for today. Let's see. What did I get into? Don't worry, you don't know what you mean either. Cool. So we got a review from yesterday, depth first, traversal, iterative, both in order and post order and pre-order. Oh, and the iterative algorithm uses a stack. So yeah, the review tomorrow will be fun. I'm not sure I could do this from memory yet. There's some finicky things going on in here. Nice. My interpreter wasn't working on PyCharm though, because I had to direct it in my IDE. We'll just leave that one as is. Well, Stranger in the Night, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for stopping in and chatting with me. It's always good to chat with you. Yep, you too. Or afternoon, I suppose.